In the silent interplay between mortality and memory, death masks and soul portraits emerge as haunting testaments to humanity's desperate yearning to grasp the intangible essence that slips away with the final breath. These objects, born of flesh and artistry, stand at the crossroads where the corporeal meets the spiritual, where the ephemeral nature of life is captured in the stillness of form. They are not mere relics or curiosities, but profound expressions of the desire to hold on to identity, to arrest the fleeting presence of a soul that once animated a body, and to preserve, in tangible form, the lingering imprint of being. The practice of creating death masks, casts taken from the face of the deceased, reaches back millennia. Rooted in ancient cultures that sought to bridge the divide between life and death. In Egypt, masks crafted for mummies were more than funerary decoration, they were vessels designed to safeguard the soul's journey through the afterlife, to maintain the visage that the Ka and Ba might recognize and return to. The mask became a symbol of continuity, an anchor to identity amidst the vast unknown beyond the veil. Here, artistry and spirituality merged, reflecting a worldview that saw death not as obliteration but as transformation and preservation. In the classical world, death masks served as ancestral portraits, tangible connections to lineage and legacy. Roman imagines, wax masks of ancestors, were displayed in homes and carried in funerary processions. Keeping the presence of the departed alive in the social and political fabric of the living. These masks transcended mere likeness, they embodied honor, memory, and the enduring influence of the deceased. The face, frozen in time, became a bridge across generations, a silent order speaking to the living of duty, virtue, and family. Throughout history, death masks also assumed a more personal and artistic dimension. The Romantic era, with its fascination for the sublime and the melancholic, saw death masks created not only as memorials but as soulful portraits, imbued with the aura of the departed. The cast face, stripped of life yet preserved in exquisite detail, reveals subtle expressions, the furrow of the brow, the curve of the lips, that evoke a haunting presence. These masks, whether of poets, composers, or revolutionaries, became icons of genius and mortality intertwined, reminding the living of the fragile boundary between creation and cessation. Soul portraits, a more subjective and interpretive art, aimed to capture not merely the physical features but the very spirit that animated the person. From ethereal depictions in religious iconography to modern attempts at psychic or visionary portraiture, these images strive to reveal the essence beneath the surface, the unique light or shadow that defined a life. In certain cultures, portraiture after death serves a ritualistic role, believed to assist the soul's transition or to keep it tethered in a benevolent way. The portrait becomes a sacred intermediary, a mirror reflecting the inner life that once breathed within the body. The tension between the physical and the spiritual in these objects invites reflection on the nature of identity itself. Is the self confined to flesh and bone, or does it extend beyond, into memory, image, and the collective consciousness? Death masks and soul portraits answer this question by existing in the liminal space between presence and absence, between the visible and the invisible. They are reminders that identity is not solely defined by the living gaze but endures in echoes, shadows, and the silent testimony of art. In the modern world, the practice of preserving likenesses has evolved with technology. Yet the yearning remains the same. Photographs, video recordings, and digital recreations serve as contemporary death masks, attempts to capture not only appearance but personality and presence. Yet even these can feel incomplete, for the soul's essence eludes full capture by any medium. The haunting stillness of a death mask or the delicate brushstrokes of a soul portrait hold a power that transcends technology. They compel us to confront mortality, memory, and the ineffable qualities that make each life singular and irreplaceable. Ultimately, death masks and soul portraits stand as solemn witnesses to humanity's quest to defy oblivion, to keep alive the flickering flame of identity beyond the grave. They are enigmatic relics of a universal impulse, to remember, to honor, and to preserve the essence of those who have crossed the threshold. In their silent gaze, they invite us to contemplate not only who we were in life but what remains when life has slipped away, challenging us to look beyond the surface and touch the eternal face of the soul.